Well, New Zealand's loss could be Samoa's gain yet again, with Samoa's Prime Minister hosting talks with Duco Events this week about the possibility of shifting Joseph Parker's first WBO title defence against Britain's Hughie Fury in May to Samoa. Duco co-owner Dave Higgins was in Samoa this week to negotiate financial assistance from the Samoan government, which has expressed interest in another funding injection after stumping up $140,000 for Parker's title fight against Mexico's Andy Ruiz last December. The New Zealand government refused to financially support Parker's December bout and also his upcoming fight against Fury, leaving the door open for Samoa to help. Well, an Otara student says she hopes her video that went viral this week will help change how Pacific youth are portrayed in the media. Anastasia Matavao filmed two South Auckland high school students holding placards with provocative statements and asking strangers for hugs.
We were very surprised. Yeah, Manukau more, not so much, because I figured just because it was in the heart of South Auckland that we got some good response. But when we hit Sylvia Park, we thought we were going to have a blank, like no one would come and hug them. But yeah, I think we had the most response from Sylvia Park, so it was good. We had people lining up, crowding around to give them hugs, so it was really good.
Anastasia has called the video media takedown and wants to see less negative stereotypes in mainstream media.
They showed all the fights that are happening at Polyfest, but they didn't show Polyfest itself. They show all the gang-related things that our people are doing, but they're not showing the successes that our people have. So if they can highlight any of that stuff, that would definitely help us with our sense of identity.
Organisers of the world's largest women's adventure race have decided to flip the event on its head by moving it from the wilderness to the concrete jungle of Manukau City in October. The Torpedo 7 Spring Challenge, founded by Samoan adventure racing legend Nathan Fa'avai, features up to 450 teams of 3 women competing in activities such as rafting, mountain biking and navigation. The Tasman resident was in Auckland this week to promote the event, which has been made possible thanks to Manukau's Weddell Whitewater Park.
We're not trying to stop the raft, we're just stopping. I've spent a lot of time here growing up. I've got a lot of family, based in Auckland South area. So it feels a little bit weird in some ways to be here doing my stuff, which is adventure racing and rafting and mountain biking and things like that. So it is a real unique situation.
The Spring Challenge has been running for 11 years, but it's just the second time the event has been held in the North Island. London is about to get a taste of the Cook Islands with a group of artists set to arrive there this week to commemorate the 500 Cook Islands soldiers who fought in World War I. The group of 12 Cook Islanders includes 3 mamas from Mangere who will present their art in London. The delegation will also travel to Arras in France to look at the contribution of Cook Islands tunnellers in the war effort.
Well, I find it's very important because our great-grandfathers and uncles and, our brothers that went for us to fight for our people.
The mamas have been preparing for the trip since 2015, including selling arts last week at the Pasifika Festival.
We fundraised through selling raffles, doing TVOs and doing bets and stuff, all sort of things, and that's why we ended up here. And Pacifica trying to get some more funds to help us with our trip.
The group will also pay tribute to 7 Cook Islands soldiers buried across France, Belgium and England. Auckland trainees of the Māori Pasifika Trades Training Scheme were awarded scholarships this week to aid their studies towards a trades qualification, with ambassadors determined to provide them with more industry experience this year. Before receiving their scholarships, trainees were given the chance to meet with prospective employers and other MPTT partners. Ambassador Samuelu Sefuiva says it's part of an effort to establish a stronger relationship with businesses.
It's for Pacific and Māori owners of those businesses, as well as other businesses in the industry, to actually know that they have an obligation and responsibility to be a good guide for many of our young people coming through, because for many of them, they've not done so well either at school or in the initial workplace, or that they just need that little bit of confidence.
A scheme launched in 2014 to help increase the number of Pacific tradespeople and is expected to reach an intake of 5,000 by 2019. And finally, the Auckland Regional Public Health Service has confirmed 10 people have been hospitalised following a typhoid outbreak, with more cases expected. Those being treated were from Auckland suburbs, Mount Roskill, Manurewa and Blockhouse Bay. Health experts are urging those experiencing high fever, headaches, general weakness and muscle aches to seek medical attention as soon as possible. And that's your Pacific News. Back to you, Marama and John.